Here is the illustration of a C program to implement user-defined functions. The intent of the program is to add two numbers, both of which are integers. So we shall look into the flow of the program here. So we begin with hash include stdio.h. So this is something which is new to you. So this is what is called as a function prototype, alternatively called as a function declaration. A function declaration will have three important things. The return type of the function, this is the name of the function, and then we have what are called as the parameters to the function. So we understand that this is a program to add two numbers. So just like how you choose the name for variables, same would be the case here. You can choose the name for the function. The function is basically a task that is performed by a C program. So you can choose the name of the function to be add numbers. Once it adds two numbers, we expect the result of the addition of the two numbers also to be an integer. Therefore, the data type of the result is integer. Therefore, this is what is called as the return type. It is also integer. The data type is int. So to add two integers, we require two values. So we assume one of which is a, the other one is b. Both of them are of type int. So you need to declare the two variables separately, int a, comma int b. So this is the function declaration or function prototype. Next, we begin with the function. So we have been using void main. Alternatively, it is possible for you to use int main also. But the only thing is you need to make sure that the function returns a value 0 before you complete the main function. 0 which indicates a success. So let us look into the flow within the main function. You have taken two variables n1, n2 for the two inputs and a third variable called sum to have the result of the addition of the two variables. Printf entered two numbers. You scan the two numbers, both of which are integers. Therefore, you have two format specifiers, %d. So one is the input that gets into n1. The second is the input that gets into n2. So now we are not going to perform the addition of the two numbers here, since we intend to illustrate the use of user-defined function. So now we call the function. So now we have a function which is declared. Now we need to use the function. Start using the function requires you to call the function. So this statement is an illustration of function call. So while calling a function, you need to know the name of the function. The name of the function is add numbers. So you say add numbers. You know the values for n1, you know the value for n2. Pass the two information. These are what are called as actual arguments. N1 and N2 are what are called as actual arguments because these are the variables within which the actual values reside. And we expect this function to sum N1 and N2 and return some result. That result of this function shall be assigned to the variable called sum. So once sum has some value in it, we try to print the value of the sum. So printf sum is equal to %d sum. This returns 0 is because we have int main here. In case you have it as void main, you can skip this particular statement. Now that we have called the function, we need to write the called function. So we say here the main function is calling the function add numbers, and add numbers becomes the called function. So a function will have two important components. This is what is called as the function header. This is what is called as the function body. So overall function header plus the function body gives you what is called as the function definition. So the function header will look very much similar to the way you have written the declaration. The return type of the function is int. The name of the function is add numbers. You have two parameters, both of which are of type int. But now we don't use the same